Before you carry on, have you got to read? Sorry.
No, you carry on, mate.
It's been reported by Alex Crook. Alexander Isak is adamant he will not play for Newcastle again, even if window closes without exit. Tyneside career is over and no wish to reintegrate. Clubs say not for sale. Wow.
I mean...
Wow. Who does he think he is, by the way?
Correct.
Like,
Correct.
listen, I can't banter with Newcastle,
Correct.
but like, who do you think you are, mate?
Correct, mate.
Who do you think you are?
Has that been released? That's Crookie.
Yeah, it's been confirmed. Like,
wow.
Who do you think you are?
That's exactly what I am.
Disgusting. What that club's done for you.
And by the way, have a think about
Jesus.
Have a think about this. If you're Liverpool, or you're Liverpool fans, is that the kind of person you want to be signing?
Real Madrid want him in 2 years when he's 27. He'll do the same to you.
Of course you will.
Wow.
Of course you will.
Ali, and the fact that Newcastle missed out on Shesko, they've got every right to say, listen, you're going nowhere. We've lost Callum Wilson. We can't get Wisher over the line yet as well. We're not going into the season. They've got Villa on Saturday.
I'll tell you right now.
And they could do with him against Villa.
I know. I'd love Newcastle to do it.
I'm fuming, mate.
But I'd love them to do it, but they won't be able. I'd just fine them every week.
I'm not a Newcastle fan, but I'm fuming for them. Interesting to hear Newcastle callers on that. But, like, who does this guy think he is? Like, you've had a fantastic season. But settle down a bit, mate.
And why did he sign the contract if he wasn't going to honour it?
Exactly. I get it. You want to go and explore and go for a bigger club. But if it doesn't suit the club, shut up. Get your boots on. Big season for Newcastle. Want to start the season well. Villa away, tough game, and now you're saying you're adamant you don't want to play. Like what?
That's unbelievable.
Wow, that's why I'm up.
I'm with you, mate.
But you know Crystal Palace very well, and recruitment's been so good over recent years. Who's the next up and coming player that they can try and find from the Championship or League One? The new Eze, the new Margay, because these players will move on eventually.
Well, I think they just signed one of them at the end of the middle of last year. Romain Eze didn't play too many games for Palace coming over from Millwall. I think they spent a good 15, 16 million on him. A young player, done really well. And, that's the kind of market that Palace and, the previous sporting director, Dougie Friedman, was excellent in. You look at Michael Elise coming from Reading. Value for money goes into Bayern Munich. It's an incredible story. They've got a lot of them. Mark Gay played a lot of his games in the Championship. It's a fantastic market that Palace look at, and they've utilised it really well. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe one or two of them come out of the Championship this year.
Sean, just a quick one before I run out of time. Isak's come out and said he's not going to play for Newcastle, all this kind of stuff. How do you handle that as a manager? I mean, Gabby and I have made our views crystal clear. We think that's completely out of order, but is that just the modern way now?
Well, I mean, I just caught the call just before we came on, and seeing Gabby's statement, and from a playing perspective, you must be fuming.
Yeah,
you're one of the players inside St James's Park with Eddie Howe, and you want him to strive and look forward to the season, and then this happens. You look at him this morning, and you're not happy with him.
No,
I wouldn't be happy with him as a player.
Imagine Dan Burns, Sean, like that's his club that he loves, Newcastle lad, and you don't want to play for my club anymore. Like, who do you think you are?
I know. I mean, listen, we know that players come and go, Gabby, don't we? Ali, we've all moved clubs, and it is hard on the fans. However, there's a way of doing it, and I think sometimes, you look at maybe Isak, for example, and you'd have to question the agency. You'd have to question his advisors and go, come on, lads, there's a better way of doing this.
No doubt about it. Sean, listen, great to talk to you, mate.
Thank you, Sean.
Palace with great interest
guys.
this season. Take care. Hopefully catch up soon, mate. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, take care.
OK, Newcastle fans, want to hear from you. talkSPORT's reporting Alexander Isak is adamant he won't play for Newcastle again. Gabby says, who does he think he is? We all do, in fact. He's contracted at a club. Do you want him gone now? Liverpool fans, is this the kind of player you want at your club? I'm not so sure.
No.
Give us a call, 03717 223344. Was interesting, wasn't it?
Wow.
No, I'm not even talking about Isak. I'm talking about Scott coming and saying that's not going to get moved.
I know.
That's the big news.
Player power's not a thing anymore, unless you're Isak.
They might have player power in football, but they've not got it in talkSPORT presenting. The sign must go. Right? What if Big Al, me, you were refusing? We're not going to play for talkSPORT again until that gets moved.
It does on the TV.
That's it. I'm throwing an Isak in right after the show. You support me, don't back. You need to back me here if I'm going for it.
I need to work out my contract. If
I knew it. You're with me all the way until the crunch.
Yeah, I'm hiding in the toilet when you're going forward.
Brilliant. Ali and Gabby with you this morning. talkSPORT breakfast. What time we got? 8:20 on Tuesday the 12th of August. Phone lines have gone mental. Absolutely radio rental. 03717 223344. Isak reportedly is adamant he will not play for Newcastle again. Jeff, Newcastle fan. Morning, Jeff. Out of order,
Good
surely.
morning, Jeff.
Morning, Ali. Morning, Gabby.
Morning,
it's just
mate.
disgusting, isn't it?
Yes.
I cannot believe it.
So, talk about ruining your legacy, though. I mean, the Newcastle fans loved him, scoring in the final to bring their first trophy since the 50s, 60s, whatever it was. Like, and you just ruin your legacy like that. Come on.
I can't believe what he's done. Stick him on match days, stick him behind Shearer's bar, and let's have him serve pints and face down the regulars week in, week out.
I know, mate.
Then let's see how he feels by January.
Do you know something, Jeff? We're in total agreement with you. Total agreement with you. However, if I'm putting myself in Newcastle shoes, we're all sitting here saying, yeah, that's exactly what you do. Stick him in the reserves or whatever you do, right?
Financially.
But you can't, mate, because you're going to have to now take the money for him, which will annoy a lot of people, Newcastle fans, but surely that's what they're going to have to do.
Hey, you're talking with your head, not your heart, Ali.
Yes.
You know, we're all responding with our heart at the moment. It's an emotional response. But ultimately, you're right. And maybe, we turn around, we get Visser over the line.
Yeah.
Maybe look at someone like Amari Hutchinson or Jay Stansfield or, get the centre-half from Italy, the lad we've been linked with. It's the right thing for the club. But you know what really irks me? Is a player like Isak, lots of other players, like they have not even a good season, a good 6 months. What's the first thing that happens? We want to renegotiate the contract, want to increase our wages, and use a higher salary. How many players have ever had, a bad season, a bad couple of years, and go, do you know what? My performance hasn't been up to snuff.
Jeff, spot on, mate.
You sound like Simon Jordan.
He's absolutely spot on, Jeff, 100%. However, somebody that might have a different outlook is John, the Liverpool fan. Morning, John.
Good morning, John.
Morning, John. Morning, gents. How are we doing?
We're doing very well, John. What do you think of the news? I mean, from a Liverpool point of view, he's brilliant. If you get him, brilliant signing, fantastic player. But is that the kind of player you want with an attitude like that?
It does concern me. There's a professionalism when you want to pay £120 million for a striker or whatever the fee will be. And there's a right and wrong way of doing things. And if he's that adamant that he doesn't want to play for Newcastle again, do it in the right way.
Yes.
Hand in a transfer request behind closed doors. Don't mention it to the media. Don't come out like that. I think there was one thing about Klopp, and he always met the players that he wanted to sign. And I really hope that they've done the homework. Obviously, it's not Slot's decision or final decision, but it does concern me that he's not doing things in the correct way.
I think for me as well.
Is he being poorly advised?
Yeah, I think for me as well, he has a great season at Newcastle. I mean, at Liverpool, if he signs, Real Madrid come knocking. He'll do the same to you.
Yeah, I completely agree. So I'm questioning if we're going to spend that amount of money on somebody who
character,
has been advised like that and behaves in that way.
Brilliant, John. Listen, thanks for the call, mate. I really appreciate it.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.